So, hey guys, George here, welcome back to another video, and today it is my penultimate edition of Premier League Game Week predictions. It's Game Week 37 of the 21-22 season. Let's get straight into game number 1. Okay, so we kick it off on a Sunday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for Tottenham against Burnley. Now, this is an interesting one because both sides need points. Tottenham are 4 points below Arsenal in 4th, and they'll want Champions League football next season, so they'll be looking to win this one. But so will Burnley. They'll be looking to take some points off Spurs because they need every point they can get at the moment. They're sitting just above safety on goal difference ahead of Leeds United, so it's going to be interesting. Now, Burnley could come here and get some points, but will they? I'm not so sure. I think Antonio Conte's side have got this one sorted. Harry Kane, Son should be scoring, maybe even Kulusevski. Tottenham 2, Burnley 0. Okay, so we're at Villa Park next for Aston Villa against Crystal Palace. Now, this should be a good one to watch because Villa and Palace have been very good this season. Palace sit 1 point ahead of the home side here, and it will be interesting because both sides have the exact same identical record in the last 3 games. 1 draw, 2 wins. So they're both in decent form. Now, Steven Gerrard's side are the ones that could be deciding the Premier League title. They've still got to play both Manchester City and Liverpool. Palace, I mean, they've had a great season, you know, reaching the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Finishing 10th, it's very, very good for Patrick Vieira's side in his first season in the Premier League as manager. So, it'll be an interesting one. It's a tough one to predict, but I'm going to go for Aston Villa 1, Crystal Palace 1. Okay, so we're at Elland Road next for Leeds United against Brighton. So, Brighton with 2 wins in the last 2 and a fantastic 4-0 win over Manchester United. Leeds with 2 losses, and they are in trouble because they are in 18th. They need to get out of that drop zone. It's so tight in there between Everton, Burnley and Leeds. So, I mean, what's going to happen? It's going to be an interesting one to watch because Leeds, they really need a result, and I'll tell you what, I think they might actually get one. I think they're going to get a point out of this game. They need a point, and I think they will get one. I'm going to go for Leeds United 1, Brighton 1. So we're at Vicarage Road next for Watford against Leicester. Now, Watford relegated in Game Week 36, which is disappointing for especially the cycling GK Ben Foster. Leicester with 2 losses in the last 2, losing to Everton, and that was a big result for the Toffees. So this is one where neither team really have anything to play for. Leicester mid-table, Watford relegated. It's for pride really for both sides now. And yeah, it'll be an interesting one to see how it pans out. I think Watford will lose this one though. Leicester should beat them away from home, and I'm going to go for Watford 1, Leicester City 2. So we're at the London Stadium next for West Ham United against Manchester City. This should be a cracker because West Ham have been fantastic at home this season. They've beaten Liverpool, they've beaten Chelsea. They've been absolutely brilliant. Manchester City in great form, and they need to be in great form to keep picking up those points. Now, they are a few ahead of Liverpool. Now, I'm not too sure how many, but they definitely can afford to slip up if they do for 1 game. So, it's looking like the title will be heading to Manchester and the blue side, unfortunately. But West Ham could take some points off them here, especially if they want European football. And by that, I mean Europa League football. They're fighting Manchester United for it. They're 3 points behind them on level on West Ham's got a greater goal difference, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. What am I going to predict here? I'm going to go for West Ham United 1, Manchester City 3. Okay, so we move to the Midlands next, where it's Wolves against Norwich. So this shall be a little interesting game. Wolves have been fairly poor recently. I mean, 3 losses and a draw since their last win. Norwich with 4 losses, and of course, we know they're relegated. So it'll be interesting to see what happens because, you know, can they go out on a high with a few wins maybe in the last 3 games. Wolves, though, you know, they've not done badly this season, and they could still fight West Ham for a European place. So what's going to happen here? I think this should be a routine win for Wolves. I'm going to go for Wolves 2, Norwich 0. So a big game at Goodison Park. It's Everton against Brentford. Now the Toffees with 2 wins in their last 2 games, which is huge for them as they climb out of the relegation zone. Brentford have been in fantastic form, really. They won their last game, and they're not doing too badly at all. I mean, the signing of Christian Eriksen's been absolutely fantastic for them. It's disappointing that his contract runs out in the summer. The bigger clubs could be trying to snap him up. So, Everton versus Brentford. Everton needs some points, but could they lose this one or drop points? Maybe. I'm going to go for a draw here. Everton 1, Brentford 1. Okay, so we move over to Monday, where it's Newcastle against Arsenal. This should be a good little game because Newcastle were in fine form and they've dropped points in their last 2 with 2 losses. Arsenal have been in brilliant form and they've got 4 wins Now, Arsenal obviously want that Champions League football, and it looks like they're going to get it. With 3 games to go, they're in the driving seat, and it's looking good for them. So what am I going to predict for this one? It's going to be interesting, because Newcastle could go out and get a result, make that tie, make the top 4 race quite interesting. Will they though? I'm not sure. Mikel Arteta's side look focused on that 4th spot, and I think they'll go over the line here. I'm going to go for Newcastle 1, Arsenal 2. So we're at St Mary's next for Southampton against Liverpool. Now, Liverpool dropping points in Game Week 36 against Spurs is a huge result for Manchester City, who are in pole position now, of course. Southampton haven't been in great form. They've not won in 5, but they'll be looking for a win this time. 2 games left this season. They're safe. They've not got much to play for. Liverpool should run them over fairly easily here. I'm just going to predict it now. Southampton 0, Liverpool 3. Okay, so we're at Goodison Park. Once again, it's Everton against Crystal Palace. Now, this should be an interesting little game, because Everton, again, do need all the points that they can get, and they could go and drop them. So these games are very, very key for the Toffees. Crystal Palace in decent form, so they could provide some threat here. And I'm going to go for another draw, Everton fans. Will they stay up? Who knows? I'm going to go for Everton 2, Crystal Palace 2. So up next, we're at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa against Burnley. Now, we predicted this one back in December, but it got postponed, of course. Burnley need all the points they can get. Will they here? I'm not so sure. I'm just going to go out and predict it straight away. I've got a prediction in my head, and I think it's going to be a draw. Burnley will get some points here. They need it. Steven Gerrard's side, can they relegate them? I'm not so sure. We'll see. Anyway, Aston Villa 1, Burnley 1 is my prediction. Okay, so the final game of the game week is Chelsea against Leicester City. Now, this should be a good little game to watch, I must say. Chelsea have been very poor in the last few games, I'm not going to lie. Leicester, again, they've not won in 5, so this will be interesting. Chelsea look to have 3rd spot wrapped up, and they just need to secure that with another 3 points in Game Week 37. Will they here? They should do, realistically. Leicester shouldn't provide them too much trouble. I'm going to go for Chelsea 3, Leicester 1. Okay then, guys, so that is it from me for this week. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new and you enjoy the content. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Pop your predictions in the comments down below. Enjoy Game Week 37. It's going to be a good one. And that's going to be it from me. For now, it's George, out.